Hello, friends. Hope you all are doing good. Welcome to another informative video. So, today we are going to discuss about the registration, which is the professional registration that is required for most of the medical professionals. In order, you need to come down to the UK and work here in the NHS or in the private sector. So there are mainly three sets of registration bodies. So one is the GMC, which is mainly for the allopathic doctors or those who desire to work as GPs and other consultants. The second one is the NMC, Nursing and Midwifery Council, mainly for nurses and midwives. And the third one is the HCPC, Healthcare and Professions Council. So this is where majority of the other medical professions fall into. So I got a lot of inquiries from my friends who are working in different other medical professions. So I thought it's going to be a useful video, and that's why I'm sharing this information. And this is the same registration which I have taken here in order to work in the emergency services. So I am like a bit pretty much familiar with the processes and things. So I thought I would also share my experience of how the entire process went. So any registration body, for that matter of fact, mainly functions has like three main actions what they do. So the first one is they set standards. So in order to work in any profession, so they have some set of standards you need to follow, which is specific for different professions. And second one is they are the ones who are going to approve the courses to make you eligible to work in a particular profession. And third one, what they do is in case there is any issues or there is any negligence from your side and which has caused harm to your patient or which has led to a very bad outcome, then these are the ones who are going to take action, so disciplinary kind of action, where sometimes our registration might be cancelled or you can get into risk. So they mainly make sure that there is a complete order and they form the policies around that. And all the people who are registering under them have to make sure that we follow all the standards in order to continue to be a part of the register. Without registration, you cannot practice most of the medical professions here. Almost every medical profession, when you apply, they just ask you for a particular registration, whether do you have any registration or how long you have been on the register. And another thing is that in case you are a registered person, so anybody, if they put their name, your full name, mainly your surname if they put, and then if you put the registration number, definitely they have to get all the details that is related to your registration, like when it was done and when it was renewed and all. So it is easy to find out who is registered and who is not. So if you put a second name, then probably you have to get the details. So 15 professions are regulated under Health and Care Professions Council. So I would like to talk about some of the main professions that are being regulated. So the first one is biomedical scientist, second is a clinical scientist, third is dietitians, fourth is paramedics, fifth is physiotherapists, then there is psychological practitioners, radiographers, and speech therapists. So these are some of the main occupations that have been regulated by the Health and Care Professions Council. And there are many other professions like art therapists, chiropodists, and operating department practitioners, occupational therapists, prosthetics who would mainly deal with prosthetic limbs and things like that. So there are different professions who have been registered. So I'm going to attach all the links and details because I won't be able to give you a detailed information about each profession. So in case you can go there and you can just check whichever profession you are, and you get everything, the details that is required to apply, what are the procedures involved, what standards you need to maintain. So the first thing what I would advise you is to check the standards of practice, what they have. So they have it in three sections. So what standards they expect from us and what standards we need to ensure that we continue our registration. So and how to renew and things like that. So the main documents what we require to apply, because you have to make sure that you have all the documents in hand before you apply, so that your application is not incomplete, and again that can cause a lot of delay. in case there is an incomplete application. So the first is your identity proof, so that can be your passport and things like that. Mainly if it is an international applicant, definitely it is your passport. And second one is your course information form, because every medical like profession comes with a regulated course recognized by the government of whichever country they are coming from. So there is something called course information form, which has all the subjects, the number of hours you studied, and the college or the university where you studied. So this form you need to fill it completely, get it attested by the head of the institution, and then you have to upload it. And definitely the qualification certificate, if you have graduated in any degree, bachelor's, master's, doctorates and things like that, you will have a final degree certificate, so that you require. And the third main important thing and the lesser known thing is the language proficiency certificate. So most of the professions here require language, especially when you're coming from other country, in case you need to be eligible to work here, and in case you need to be working as a skilled worker, you require language tests. So mainly we have IELTS, and we have OET, and other language tests. So these are the main commonly used one. So unless and until we have this language test, and they have requirement like you need to have around like band 7 overall, or overall band 8, individual band 7 and things like that. So you need to make sure that you get that score, and only then you can proceed further with your application. So I am planning to do a detailed video on like IELTS and things like that, so you can stay tuned in order to get all those details. And another important thing is that when you are submitting the document, so mainly when you open the HCPC website, you can see two options. So first is for the UK people or the locals, and the second one is for the international applicants. So if you press the international applicants, then you need to create a login, then upload all the documents that is required. So one of the main thing that they would ask you to upload is a scanned copy of the original and the copies. So when you are like an attested copy, I can say. So when you are uploading that, you have to make sure that there is a signature. Like for example, how we get it attested. So when you are getting it attested by the head of the institution, or any lawyer or member of parliament and things like that, so they have to write a statement that this is a copy of the originals seen by me. They have to write their name, their title, date, and also their contact number. So in case they find that there is any issue, or they don't see it doesn't seems to be like an original one, they will definitely contact you. So we have to be very careful to ensure that we upload all the correct documents in the correct section, and also not to upload any fake documents, because they call back to your institutions, they do the verifications, they call to your university, they usually not call, they email them, they call your regulatory bodies or the council what you are registered in, and they call your latest employer, maybe even if it is like more, sometimes 1 to 2 employers, and they all have to give a positive feedback. Only then your application will be processed further. So first you create the login, you upload all information, and then whatever documents is required, and give all details regarding your education, regarding your work experience, the number of years you have in this profession in different places, with all the contacts and also references. And when you come to the end of the all the application, then you get a payment option where you have to pay the scrutiny fee. So it's just like an application fee. The current fee is like 539.65 pounds. So that is around, I can say, 53,000 Indian currency. I'm not sure about the other currency. So you have to do this payment, and only then your process is going to start. So mine took like around, I can say, 4 months, 4 to 5 months, because there was COVID in between, and there was a lot of delay in so many things. So usually they say that it takes between 3 to 6 months. So we have to make sure that we have enough patience and wait, and always make sure you check your emails and see if there is any updation required, if there is any further details. In case they need any further details, they will ask us to send other further information or documents of proof to prove something. So we have to make sure that we respond to them on time. So after we pay the scrutiny fee, the application starts. So there is not much of kind of communication or lot of information unless it is really necessary. So once the application is started and the payment is done, you will get acknowledgement for everything, for your payment and your application process, and you can even check the status online. So after the payment, the process starts, and then once it reaches a stage where they have done the initial part, the verification part, and it seems to be okay, then you get a payment link which is valid for 24 hours. So that is to pay your registration fee. That is for like 2 years. So once you get the second link, it is pretty much clear that it is almost confirmed, I can say. I got my second link and the registration number on the same day, luckily. So it was like pretty quick in that sense. So you get like so and so you're successfully registered and this is your number. So everywhere we are going to apply after that in our CVs and things like that, we have to make sure that we include that number and our names should be correct. There should not be any mistake, so that anybody can check the register online, and anybody can check it like on Google. If you put HCPC, check the register, they put the surname, then you will get the details. So it is very pretty much clear. So this is about HCPC. So if you have any further doubts regarding that, make sure you comment in the section below, so that everyone, if there's someone else who's having the same comment, we can answer that. So some people usually come to the DM and message me. So I want you to message either below the Facebook video or the YouTube video, so that everybody can see. Sometimes we get repeated questions, because once we say the answer, it's really hard to respond to everyone. But now I'm trying my best to respond to everyone. So I've got some inquiries from physiotherapists, speech therapists, dietitians. So I've tried my best. So I'm trying my best to help you out. So if there is anything more you require, everything is very crystal clear and there is no need of any confusion. So again, if you still have a lot of confusion, I can drop down their email address and the website link. So once you check in that, it is pretty much clear. So all the best to all HCPC applicants who are interested to do that. It is definitely worth trying, and it is going to help you to upgrade your career to the next level. So I think it was an informative video today. So please do like, share and subscribe, and also pass on this information to others, and also comment your questions below. So I will be seeing you soon with another useful and informative video. Till then, take care and bye. Thank you for watching.